Hi, this is Señora Plested. We're going to be starting a new chapter, Capítulo 2A, Tu día en la escuela, Your day at school. This is part 1, Vocabulario, so you're going to be learning new vocabulary. So let's begin. In this chapter, you'll be able to listen to and read descriptions of school subjects and schedules, talk and write about classes, school activities, and likes and dislikes, and exchange information while explaining what classes and activities you and friends have in common. So let's do a little bit of culture. Remember, you do have culture on your test, so just try to keep these things in mind or maybe write a one-sentence summary of it. So, arte y cultura. Xavier Cortada, or Javier Cortada, is a Cuban-American painter born in Albany, New York. He now resides in Miami, Florida. His works have been exhibited around the world in prestigious museums and galleries. Cortada is also a social and environmental activist and writer. His artwork is known for being environmentally oriented and for creating social awareness, right? Protecting America's children. So, cultura, el mundo hispano, culture, the Spanish world. Studying English. While you're studying in your Spanish class at school, large numbers of Spanish-speaking students are studying to learn the most popular foreign language worldwide, English. Many children begin to study English in grade school and continue through high school. They often attend a special language school for additional English classes. When visiting a Spanish-speaking country, you might easily find someone who is eager to practice his or her English skills with you in exchange for helping you improve your Spanish. So while you're learning Spanish, they're learning English right now. So, clase de inglés en México. English class in Mexico. En cultura, España. Many Spanish words are derived from Latin because Spain was once part of the Roman Empire. Rome occupied most of Spain from 209 BC to 586 AD. During that time, massive public structures, including aqueducts and theaters, were built. Some of these, such as the aqueduct that towers over the modern city of Segovia, are still standing. The Latin name for Spain was Hispania, or where we get the name Hispanic from. I've actually been to this aqueduct in Segovia. It is quite impressive, and they use it to carry water through the towns. Connections between Latin, English, and Spanish. So many words in English and Spanish are based on Latin, right? Ancient Italian. So seeing the relationship between these words will help expand your English and Spanish vocabulary. Look at the list of Latin root forms for the numbers 1 through 10. So if you see, we've learned primero, right? Único, one or only. Primero, first. By, do, second. So you've probably seen secondary school and bicycle, 2 wheels, things like that. Try, right? Tricycle. And then you start getting into some of the other ones like quinto, cuarto, sexto, septimo, octavo, noviembre, diciembre. So you start getting into some of the months of the year that you've learned in Spanish. And notice here that the Roman year used to begin with March. So September, October, November, here they're the 7th, 8th, and 9th month. The reason is that January and February were created and it threw off the rest of the calendar. Here we are at the new vocabulary words, so let's go through them. Primera hora, first hour or first period, Español, Spanish class. Segunda hora, second period or second hour, arte, art. Tercera hora, educación física, PE or physical education. Cuarta hora, el almuerzo, fourth period, lunch. La quinta hora, fifth hour or fifth period, ciencias naturales, natural sciences. Sexta hora, ciencias sociales, social studies or social sciences. Séptima hora, seventh hour or seventh period, tecnología, technology. Octava hora, matemáticas, eighth hour, eighth period, mathematics. Novena hora, inglés, ninth hour or ninth period, English. And décimo is 10th. So you can see the sexta, séptima, octava, novena, décimo come from Latin, right? 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So notice they have 10 classes versus you guys only have 7 or 8. There are always more classes in the Spanish-speaking world and less extracurricular activities. The school day is also longer. La calculadora, calculator. Un diccionario, dictionary. La carpeta de argollas, a binder. And these are the vocabulary words in a list. I'm going to go through them. Please pause the video at this moment, write them all down, and then as I start going through the words, please repeat after me. Vocabulario, to talk about your school day. El almuerzo. La clase. La clase de, and then you say the school subject after. La clase de arte. Español. Ciencias naturales. Ciencias sociales. Educación física. Inglés. Matemáticas. Tecnología. El horario. En la blank hora. To say like en la sexta hora, in 6th period or 6th hour. La tarea. Homework. Very important. You'll see this word over and over again. To describe school activities. Enseñar. Estudiar. Hablar. To talk about the order of things. Primero, or if it's like an hour, a feminine thing, primera. Segundo. Segunda. Tercero. Tercera. And notice the little stars here correlate down here. Changes to primer and tercer before a male single noun. So like primer lápiz, my first pencil, right? It's not primero, the first. Cuarto. Cuarta. Quinto. Quinta. Sexto. Sexta. Séptimo. Séptima. Octavo. Octava. Noveno. Novena. Décimo. Décima. To talk about things that you need for school. La calculadora. La carpeta de argollas. El diccionario. Necesito, I need. Necesitas, you need. Very important. You're going to see these words over and over again. To describe your classes. Aburrido. Aburrida. Difícil. Divertido. Divertida. Fácil. Favorito. Favorita. Interesante. Más blank que. So you can say, mi clase de arte es más interesante que la clase de inglés. Práctico. Práctica. These words you're going to see over and over again. Please make sure that you write them down. Other useful words. Haber. Mucho. Para. This is so important, this word. For or in order to. ¿Quién? Yo tengo, I have. Super important. Tú tienes, you have. So if I say yo tengo mucha tarea, I have a lot of homework. And subject pronouns, you're going to finally learn how to call people by their direct subject pronoun and conjugate verbs to their subject pronoun. So yo is I, tú is you, familiar, that means you know the person, informal. Usted, if you're talking to a teacher or elder, someone older, you, formal. Él is he, ella is she. Nosotros is we, either male or mixed, masculine or mixed. Nosotras is we, all female. Vosotros, y'all, informal, familiar, that means you know them, masculine and mixed. Like, hey, y'all, if you're talking to a bunch of little kids. Vosotras, y'all, familiar, informal, you know them, female. Ustedes, you all, formal. So if you're talking to any group of, large group of people, you use ustedes. Ellos, they, male or mixed. Ellas, they, all female. And the reason is what if you're a mixed company, boys and girls, and you still say ellos, they? It's because boys take dominance in the Spanish language. If you have 99 girls and 1 boy, they're still all called boys. So, sorry, girls. All right, so now that you have these new words, let's go ahead and go through them and make sure that you can start reading with these new words.
Me gusta mucho mi horario.
En la primera hora tengo la clase de español. Es mi clase favorita. Es interesante y práctica, pero a veces es difícil. Tengo más tarea en la clase de matemáticas que en la clase de inglés. Para la clase de matemáticas, necesito una calculadora y una carpeta de argollas. Para la clase de español, necesito un diccionario.
So remember, horario is schedule and tengo means I have. Me gusta mucho mi horario. I like my schedule a lot. En la primera hora, in first period or in the first hour, notice it becomes primera instead of primero. Tengo la clase de español. I have Spanish class. Es mi clase favorita. It is my favorite class. Remember, you put what it is first, clase, and then its description after, favorita. So it's not es mi favorita clase, es mi clase favorita. Es interesante y práctica. It is interesting and practical. Pero a veces es difícil. But sometimes it is difficult. Tengo más tarea en la clase de matemáticas que en la clase de inglés. I have more homework in math class than I have in English class. Para la clase de matemáticas, for math class, necesito una calculadora y una carpeta de argollas. I need a calculator and a binder. Para la clase de español, necesito un diccionario. For Spanish class, I need a dictionary. So let's do some more reading. You should now have the list of vocabulary in front of you, so you should be able to read and understand these sentences, and then I'll go through it after and see if you understand. This is one of your activities that you're supposed to do.
Verónica y Tomás escriben mensajes para hablar de sus clases.
¿Quién enseña la clase de tecnología?
La señora Romero. Es una clase aburrida.
La señora Romero es también mi profesora de ciencias naturales. Para mí, ella es divertida. Me gusta la clase.
¿Es fácil tu clase de ciencias? ¿Tienes mucha tarea?
A ver, para mí es fácil y no tengo mucha tarea. ¿Cómo es tu clase de matemáticas? ¿Necesitas estudiar mucho?
Sí, estudio mucho para matemáticas.
Vero, yo necesito hablar con el profesor de matemáticas.
Yo también.
So Veronica y Tomás write messages to talk about their classes. ¿Quién enseña la clase de tecnología? Remember, ¿quién means who, and enseña means to teach. So who teaches the technology class? La señora Romero, Mrs. Romero. Es una clase aburrida. It is a boring class. La señora Romero es también mi profesora de ciencias naturales. Para mí, ella es divertida. Me gusta la clase. So, señora Romero is also my science teacher. For me, she is fun. I like the class. ¿Es fácil tu clase de ciencias? ¿Tienes mucha tarea? Is it easy, your science class? Is there do you have a lot of homework? Remember, tienes, have, do you have a lot of homework? A ver, let's see. Para mí es fácil. For me, it's easy. Y yo no tengo mucha tarea. And I don't have a lot of homework. ¿Cómo es tu clase de matemáticas? How is your math class like? ¿Necesitas estudiar mucho? Do you need to study a lot? Sí, estudio mucho para matemáticas. Yes, I study a lot for math. To study, I study. Notice the AR changed to an O and it now means I study. Vero, which is short for Verónica. Yo necesito hablar con el profesor de matemáticas. I need to speak with the math teacher. Yo también. I as well. How did you do? Did you understand it? All right, let's keep going. So now that you know what these words mean, let's see if you can translate these conversations.
¿Tienes mucha tarea en la clase de matemáticas?
Sí, tengo mucha tarea.
Do you have a lot of homework in your math class? Yes, I have a lot of homework.
¿Te gusta más la clase de inglés o la clase de español?
A ver, para mí la clase de español es más divertida que la clase de inglés.
So, do you like more your English class or your Spanish class? Let's see. For me, Spanish class is more fun than English class. How did you do? All right. So you're reading now someone's schedule. Centro de Educación Artística, Artistic Education Center. Ignacio Mariano de las Casas. So this is his primer semestre. Notice primero changed to primer because semestre is a male single noun. It's one and it's male, so it changed to primer. First semester, and this is his name. Let's look at his schedule. Horas semanales means weekly hours. So let's go through, read the list of classes offered at a high school in Querétaro, Mexico. The school has a special focus on the arts. Answer the questions about the schedule. So we have Español, Matemáticas, Historia Universal. What do you think that means? Yep, universal history or world history. Educación Cívica y Ética. Civic and ethics education. Biología, biology. Introducción a la física, introduction to physics. Inglés, English. Danza, dance. Teatro, theater. Artes plásticas, plastic arts are otherwise known as visual arts, arts that you create with your hands. And música, music. So, 37 horas semanales, 37 hours weekly, right? Almost a 40-hour work week. So, ¿cuántas clases hay cada semana? How many classes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 classes, much more than the 7 you take every day. ¿Cuántas clases de ciencias sociales hay? How many social science classes are there? 1, 2, 2. ¿Cuántas clases de ciencias naturales hay? How many natural science classes are there? 1, 2, 2. Escribe los nombres de las clases, diferentes clases de artes. And then there's many different art classes, right? There's danza, teatro, artes plásticas, música. All right, practice. Whoop, sorry. Go to clever.com, click on the Pearson Realize app. You're going to do actividades 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already did activity 1 or 2, I think. And core activity, el horario. And these are your 2 quizzes at the end of the week. Gracias.